There we go. Did you have somebody test? All right, let's have somebody test from the Zoom.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
That's a good test. Okay, thank you very much.
Welcome.
是一支实力非常强劲的对手，他们能够在打法极其的去保持个人这个实力的发挥。
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this press conference. We are going to start, and thank you all for being here with us. Now we are going to start with some questions on the call. So first, we have some questions from the Chinese media. Oh, 1 minute.
好，那我们先把问题给到线上媒体，然后第一个问题给到好，可以开麦进行提问。Hello，我们第一个问题给到航航，可以开麦进行提问。
Okay, we are going to start with some questions on the call. Rosesa, you have the first question.
Thank you, Juan. Commiserations for the loss. I would like to ask questions to coach. Actually, a tough loss actually against Pedro today, despite showing a great performance on Lotus at the first half actually. But it means that you're heading to the lower bracket final. What are your immediate thoughts on the series, and how does the team feel about the outcome for this series actually, coach?
I think it's a pity that we didn't close out map 1 and we showed.
怎么举手？
Sorry? I think it's a pity that we didn't close out map 1 and we didn't show enough mental resilience in map 2 to continue our streak on attacking, and we kind of fell off from there, from the momentum and stuff, and we couldn't recover in time against their chaos kind of play style. And I think it's not the end of the world losing this upper final. I think we still have a chance tomorrow to come back from the lower bracket. I think we currently have the T1 script. I think it's just the same script from Masters Bangkok. I think we're still pretty optimistic towards these results.
The Cinderella story might not continue to the grand final, but I wish you best of luck for the lower bracket final.
We will be back. Thank you very much.
好的，那第二个问题给到线上，给到航航，可以开麦进行提问。
首先，大家辛苦了，打的确实很好，很精彩。就是不用管今天的输好吧，去发的，明天加油好吧。我想问一下，明天怎么面对明天的败者组决赛呢？
其实我们的心态一样不变嘛，享受比赛。其实今天我觉得挺好的，就是我觉得我们每一个队员就是大家会知道你们差一步了，对吗？大家都认为差一步，但是我就跟大家说嘛，就享受在这个状态，就是你很高压，你会紧张，你会很想赢，可能会有点难以集中，有点乱。那就在这个时候就深呼吸啊，就享受这个时候。享受在这个状态下怎么去调整，那如果调不过来没关系，都是经验，都是学习。所以明天一样，就是我们会复盘我们的失误、我们的漏洞，然后准备好对手明天的就是明天的事情、明天的东西，然后还是一样心态不变，享受比赛 ，step by step。因为我觉得还是一样要做好自己。我觉得大家都真的已经打得很好，我觉得都经历了，大家在场上在落后的时候，甚至我们还差一把，我们那把就已经没了的时候。我们还是互相一样鼓励，这个就是我想看到的，比胜负还重要的，就是我们的团队精神。
没问题，明天加油，好吧？
好，谢谢。
We are waiting 1 minute.
The question is like, how are you gonna get prepared for tomorrow's lower bracket final? And if I answer like we just aim to keep a good mentality to enjoy the game. Today, at some point, people would think, like my teammates would think, we're just one step away from the victory. But that's kind of status like you feel so stressful and hard to focus. Like I recommended them to take a deep breath at that point. And if we couldn't come back, just regard it as an experience of learning. And now we just like focus on get fully prepared for tomorrow's lower bracket final step by step. And I think for today's match, everyone tried their best. And even like at that point when we like there was one run to lose, everybody was just encouraging each other. So what is more important than the result might be the team. So like we are being consistent.
好，那好像可以接下来继续进行提问。
我还能提问吗？其实我没什么问题，我就想你们不要想今天的失败了，打好明天的好吧？都站起来，赢了就站起来欢呼，
会的，会的，
支持你们，
谢谢
支持你们。
好，谢谢，
Thank you, thank you.
谢谢。
Golden, you have the next question.
Okay, thank you so much. Golden from RDLG. First of all, Wolf, sorry for the loss of the day. I'm pretty sure that you will step up your game and reach the grand final eventually. But I have a question now for Seafood Baby, because what I saw you the stage is that even when the team was losing, it was in a bad situation, you never stopped it. You never stopped hyping the team. You were always with your heads up and even happy in those situations where the team needed that emotion to keep playing, to keep performing. So could you explain how did you reach this point of determination for you and for your team?
这个问题给到 Super Baby，就是我们注意到，即使是在队伍输掉一些回合，那你也从来没有停止过去鼓励大家，让大家去保持一个好的心情，保持一个好的状态。那是什么让你是什么支持着你下了这样的决心，要去给到队友这样的精神鼓励？
因为我的心态一直都没有变，就是我现在在跟兄弟们在场上战斗，我们比赛一天没有结束，我都不会放弃。正如我鼓励他们所说，能翻，来，现在就来。就是我觉得这个是一个战斗嘛，你不能低头，也不能沮丧，我们一定要站起来去面对，尽管我们落后多少的比分都好，没关系的，都是经验。那如果我们真的做不好了，那没关系啊，我们继续练习啊，对不对？又不是说输了就天塌了。所以我觉得支持着我的反而是我的兄弟，我看着我们兄弟们，我跟他一起战斗，为什么我要沮丧？我很开心跟他们打，不管我们落后多少。Okay, guys, heads up.
Super Baby answer like I just have a good mentality to fight with all my brothers within the team. It's kind of like never giving up, to have a faith we can come back from even we were like in a deficit. Don't be frustrated, don't be sad, just to face the facts. And even though like the odds seem to stack on us, just regard the experience as like we are learning something from our opponents. Keep training, keep practicing every day. So I think what is kind of supporting me to like get determined is my brothers. Like they are always stand behind me, no matter what the result is. Just like keep going on, heads up.
Well, thank you so much, Chef Bibi, and good luck in this game.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question goes to Miguel.
Hi guys, sorry for the result today. My name is Miguel Soriano for Sons of Chaos in Latin America. You guys have been the revelation of the tournament. You guys have been forming aura in every game you play. But tomorrow you're gonna have a game against a team you haven't played against in the tournament or in any other situation. So my question would be for Coach Fade. How is the plan that you're gonna implement to face either of G2 or Fnatic? And with such a short notice, have you been are you familiar with the game of these two teams? Thank you.
Yeah, during the past few days, we've been doing our preparation for all the teams that we will face possibly like G2 Fnatic and Rex. We did enough like research on them, and I think it doesn't matter who we face tomorrow. We were kind of like prepared for anyone that we will play tomorrow, the lower bracket finals, because I think our style of play can go against any team in this tournament.
Thank you and best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We are going to start with the questions here in the room. Thank you for your patience. Go first.
Hi guys, commiserations on the loss. I've got a question for Fade. Every match you guys have played at Toronto so far has ended in 2 maps, and the only best of 5 you've played this year was the 0-3 loss to Bilibili in China. Are you concerned at all about how the team will maintain their stamina throughout a possibly long series tomorrow?
I'm not worried about their stamina, because usually when we have practice back in CN and stuff, we have like really long hours of training. The players are ready for moments like this.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Hello, sorry for the loss. Nerdscast Independence freelance commentator here from the States. My first question goes to Lysor and sorry, second. To Lysor and UCOB, as you guys Lysor and UCOB, how have you guys reflected on your run so far? How are your confidence levels feeling so far throughout this tournament?
Could you repeat your question?
Sorry, yeah. For Lysor and UCOB, just talking a question about reflecting on their run so far and confidence levels so far throughout their run and going into the next match.
现在走到现在这个，就是在多伦多大师赛打到现在的话，觉得自己打的适应的怎么样？然后信心怎么样？
感觉适应的还不错吧，我觉得我们能杀回来。
我觉得自己一直适应的很好吧。然后信心的话，就我自己不担心，所以明天看吧。
Lysor answer he's adapting to the circumstances a lot well, and he's confident that he can come back to tomorrow's match. And Spring also mentioned that he doesn't worry about the status right now because he's being confident as well.
All right, thank you. And then I had one more question for Spring. There's a lot of moments throughout Lotus where you were helping out the team and clutching rounds. How are you feeling about your performance as well? Similar question, but sending it to Spring.
这个问题给到小春。今天看到你在莲花古城有非常多惨剧的发挥，你感觉怎么样呢？
我感觉我只是做好我该做的吧，然后今天有点没发挥好。
Spring answer I was just doing what I was supposed to do, and I feel like today I was not in.
All right, thank you.
Hi, this is Razor on behalf of the VALORANT competitive Reddit community. I have a question for Sweetfat, BB, and Fade. Good game. You guys delivered a near perfect match on Lotus. What started to slip away on Ascent, and what was the team mental like after that 4-6 timeout?
这个问题给到教练和小肥，看到你们在莲花古城是打了一个非常接近、非常焦灼的加时。那这对于你们来到亚海玄城来说，会对你们的状态有什么影响吗？
I think the momentum after the Lotus match was okay because we started 4-0 on Ascent. But after their first time out, I think we didn't deal with the operator very well, and the team were kind of messy in terms of doing their progression on the map, gaining space on map control and stuff. Our utility were all over the place too. We were trying to take a pause to adjust ourselves. Like it was too messy that we couldn't afford to lose more rounds. So we fought the time out there trying to adjust and see if anything can be done.
Thank you. And then I have a second question for you, Fade. The team plays slow, which is something we don't normally see from the Chinese teams, preferring to be more aggressive and believing in more individual skills. What is the inspiration behind that slow play style? And did you think it was going to work better against the fast, chaotic style of Paper Rex?
I mean, we can definitely play fast or slow. It's just, I think in the current meta where most of the map you'll be up against like a lot of utility, you have to do a lot of like trade-off between both sides. So there's no point to play too fast. I think Paper Rex style is very unique because of how their players play individually. So it's kind of like something unique to them. And I don't think anyone should replicate that. It's gonna be bad.
Thank you.
小肥要我帮你再重复一下上一个问题。Go ahead.
Hey guys, Pedro Romero, independent journalist. First off, commiserations on the series loss and going down to the lower bracket. Hopefully you guys can bounce back in next match. Got a question for more so towards you, Fab BB or Fade. Either of you guys can answer. So far in this team's journey in the playoffs, you guys face mostly VCT Pacific teams. And Fade, given what you said about like the state of the meta and how you guys are trying to work around it, how does this match against Paper Rex compared to the other team that you guys face in VCT Pacific so far? And also looking into today, what made this much more difficult than the other matches?
这个问题是，其实来到淘汰赛阶段之后，你们已经去面对到了很多的其他赛区的队伍了。那今天面对到 Paper Rex，你们是怎么去做准备的，以及遇到了哪些困难？
我觉得遇到他们的困难会是他们变数会比较多嘛，因为对面的风格，就是大家也看得到他们的风格是非常的激进，就是真的很 aggressive。我觉得是我们没有做好准备吧，就是不够专注。其实可以在场上调整得更好，所以我觉得这次对于我们来说也是一个非常好的经验。
I think generally speaking, the play style of Paper Rex is being super aggressive. So for today's loss, I just think we're not fully locked in, not get well prepared.
I got another question. I'm going to send this one more specifically to Fat BB. During the series, as it transpired, the cameras caught you seeing visibly frustrated. I want to know like how difficult was it for you as the IGO to try to work around Paper Rex and having to also lead the team in this kind of match? How difficult was it for you specifically, and how were you able to work around?
这个问题想给到小肥，就是作为 IGO，你觉得你是就是有多困难的？对于就是作为 IGO 去带领团队战胜 Paper Rex 去迎战他们是一件多么困难的事情。
他也指了说，你刚刚看起来有点燥，打皮亚查的时候，如果你要在这个情况下还要带领队伍的气氛这种东西，你怎么做到？
其实我觉得在逆境当中，就是难免会有一点就是心情的一些起伏，但我在长的中间我也会去深呼吸去调整，然后并且因为我的脑袋其实很忙的，虽然是很难，就是尽管我们落后 OK， 然后我还要去做一个 IGL 还要鼓励，其实我不会觉得它是难吧，因为我觉得这个是我的工作，就是我的责任，并且我也是想这么做，我没有想它多难，我觉得一点都不难，因为既然你要做这个位置的话，你就必须得去经过，然后在场上去承受，并且调整，我觉得这个是对于我来说也没什么吧。
So if I answer like when we were in deficit, I definitely went through ups and downs, but during the rounds, I would take some deep breath, just to calm down a little bit. And yeah, I was like quite busy both doing the IGL job and also like encouraging my teammates, but I didn't like regard it as a difficult job since I really like regard it as kind of my responsibility. I'm just doing my job, And I think to be a great IGL, to be a good player, you need to go through all that. You need to take the responsibility, make adjustments. That's
Hello, Sierra Zobi, freelance esports commentator from NA. This first question can go to anybody, but I'd like to hear from YU or Juicy since you guys haven't gotten to talk this conference yet. It's similar to a previous question on best of fives, but gives you room to expand. Your last few best of fives have been a bit rocky, so I was curious, what lessons have you drawn from those series losses that you will bring into the lower finals to find more success this time around?
想问到的问题是给到 YU 和 Juicy 的，那你们从之前的 BO5失利中有没有学到什么经验，能应用到明天的败者组决赛当中？YU 和 Juicy。
I think we've learned like not to be too hype and all that kind of stuff, but I think on this stage being hype will be fine for us. And we've learned that it's more about like our own communication and just we need to play well as a team and like be the best version of ourselves.
我觉得需要更冷静吧，然后也要保留体力吧，因为BO5很漫长，所以就是保留体力还有冷静。
When you answer, like, I think need to like cool down a little bit, like more get composed a little bit, and also save energy at the same time since best of five is really a long journey to go.
Perfect. And then my second question goes over to Sweet Fat Baby. Out of curiosity, you were shown on broadcast today talking with Lysor directly after the loss on stage. Can you give us any insight on what you talked about, considering you looked pretty serious? No pressure to if you would not like.
刚才好像看到说你在比赛失利之后，立马和刘一手进行了一些交流，能分享一下当时谈论了什么？如果你觉得 OK，可以分享。
I think on the stage, I told Lysor, I saw him, he feels sad and yeah, you know, his bad mood. And then I tell him, okay, remember this moment. You feel so nervous, confused, and then how you lost your focus. Okay, remember this moment. Take a deep breath. You need to remember today, this moment, and then you need to come back tomorrow. Because I think not everyone need to learn how to adjust in mid-round when you feel stressful, feel so bad, feel so lost. Yeah, you need to take a deep breath and you still need to focus on the game. But even we lost, it's never mind. I tell me it's experience. You need to enjoy it. And then after we lost Paper Rex, I think our team will be better.
Perfect. Thank you so much and good luck in lower finals tomorrow.
Thank you.
Hello, Gabriel Noda. My first question is to Sweet Fat Baby.
Yeah.
So you talked about how you guys have your next match tomorrow, and it's against the winner of G2 versus Fnatic. So my question is to you guys, who do you think you're going to face, and what is the game plan going into that match after a loss like this?
明天你们即将面对对手是 G2 或者是 Fnatic。那小肥，你觉得你们将会面对到谁呢？以及在今天的比赛之后，你觉得明天的比赛会是什么样的？
I think we will still prepare for tomorrow match, even what we against team, even Fnatic or G2, it doesn't matter for us. And then I think tomorrow is a fun game because our first international event, global event, first our BO5, and then yeah, I think no stress, just have fun. Yeah.
And my second question is to anyone at the table. So we've seen throughout this tournament that you guys and Sentinels have been
going back and forth and having this friendship. And with Sentinels out, a lot of Sentinels fans online have said that they've been cheering for you and are showing you some love. So on top of having Toronto behind you, you will also have all of Sentinels behind you. Tell me, how does that feel to have both of those fan bases just cheering for you guys?
这个问题给到所有的选手，就是可以任意的去回答。那其实，在多伦多大师赛的整个赛程当中，看到你们和 Sentinels 是去建立了比较深厚的友谊的。然后在 Sentinels 现在被淘汰之后，他们的粉丝也会给你们提供很多的支持，很多的关注。那在北美比赛，在多伦多比赛，拥有同时狼队的粉丝以及 Sentinel 的粉丝在背后作为支撑，是什么样的感受呢？
I feel so good，就是我觉得很好，就是我觉得很庆幸的吧，就是跟Celsius，然后在场上可以互动，然后我觉得我们打 Sentinels 那把比赛确实很精彩，然后对我真的很希望再对到他们的，就是我们一直在每一把的一直互动啊，互动跟 Sentinels，所以我很谢谢他们，就是是 Sentinels 的粉丝们。一直在我们后面，尽管我们他们被淘汰了，还是支持我们，所以我很谢谢他们，也是给了我们很多的力量。无论你是对支持 Sentinels 还是支持狼队的，我也很谢谢他们，因为我们很享受，因为我觉得那个 energy 跟那个叫声真的给了我们很多的力量。
I feel pretty good. Like I'm being super grateful to have a chance interacting with Elsus on the stage. And speaking of the match, we faced up against the Sentinels. It was really a good match, a nice match. And thank you for all the fans, no matter you're fans of Wolves or you're fans of Sentinels. You really gave us a lot of energy. We are pretty like enjoying it. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
Last two questions.
Hi, everyone. Sejatuan, freelance journalist. My name is Sejatuan, and yeah. So my question is for Shifa Baby. So throughout Masters Toronto, we've seen you develop and really kind of be on the stage and be this leader for the Wolves, where you've led them to at minimum a top 3 finish. My question for you is: being a leader something that comes natural to you, or was that something that you had to really put in the reps to learn and get to where you are and add this cerebral approach to Valorant?
这个问题给到 Super Baby，因为看到你在整个赛程中展现出来的领导力，让人印象非常深刻。想问一下，这种领导力是你自然天生就有的，还是说是你通过后天的一些训练磨练去培养、去造就的？
我觉得这个东西是，可能我一直都是运动员，然后我觉得是这么多年以来的经历跟经验去教会了我，要这一个团队是需要什么素质，然后或者要什么的一些因素，才能够越走越远，并且获得胜利。我觉得，因为我以前我学到的是，在一个充满着埋怨啊，或者一个很压抑的环境下，其实做什么都不会做得好。然后我就从小到大就是就一直这么多年，就是一直是学习经验，对，然后就慢慢就知道怎么去带领一个团队走向胜利吧。
Actually, I used to be an athlete. So after years of experience, it really taught me how to lead a team. And there are a lot of factors affecting a team to like win or lose, like to go further or something. And I learned that if you live in an environment full of depression or stress, you will complete nothing. So after years of accumulating, I slowly get to know how to lead a team, how to lead them to win.
Thank you so much.
Pedro Romero again. I'm going to send this question over to Fade. It was mentioned a little bit a while ago, earlier on in the press conference, about the possibility of dealing with a larger map pool now that you guys are going to be in the best of 5 tomorrow. Whoever, regardless of whoever comes up to face you in the lower bracket finals, they're teams that have played together for a good amount of time, very long time, and played in these kinds of maps plenty of times before in these kinds of situations. You look at that and then you compare that to this team, which is relatively new but still pretty strong in your own right. How do you kind of look at the current level of like the team's map pool strength compared to those that are coming to face you, whoever it is tomorrow?
I think the remaining teams in Masters Toronto, they have like almost similar map pool. Everyone pretty much play the same maps, and everyone is really well drilled across all 7 maps, including us, despite having a perma ban, as we all know. But I'm sure all the teams here are prepared for all 7 maps. Anyone can play any maps here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. With this question, we conclude this press conference. And thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wolves.
And that baby.
Any
I think on
and
在逆境当中，就是难免会有一点就是心情的一些起伏。但我在长的中间，我也会去深呼吸去调整，然后并且，因为我的脑袋其实很忙的，虽然是很难，就是尽管我们落后，OK，然后我还要去做一个。
everyone.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. First of all, congratulations for your victory.
Thank
Your
you.
ex. Thank you. Now we are going to start with some questions here in the room. You go first.
Hi, this is for something. The Wolves players like to stand up during the game, and you showed smiling at them in the middle of the game. How do you think about them standing up, and did it affect any of your gameplay?
No, for us, it's overall looks like more funny because we used to it since like 2023 when we play versus, for example, Boosty those and stuff. For me and for a team, I don't really think it's affect us. They're standing up. We're also gonna stand up, So yeah.
I think just something new. The fact that usually it's always the American and
Yeah.
European players, but now even the Asian players joining in. So it's nice. It's fun.
Thank you. More question is to something as well. It's been your first international final since LA. How do you feel about it, and who do you want to face in the final?
I mean, it's 3 teams fighting for a grand finals, which is like Fnatic, G2, and Wolves. For us, I guess, we don't really mind to play versus 3 of them, but prefer to play versus Fnatic, I guess, in grand finals if they qualify.
Thank you.
Hello, congratulations. My name is Nerds, independent journalist. My first question is to Alex. Man, I don't know. On a set, I was getting flashbacks to Liquid. I hope you weren't as well. On a more technical note, though, what have you been doing with the team to not have that stuff happen? You guys looked a lot cleaner out there, and I just want to get your opinions on what you guys have been working on.
I mean, it's pretty much just a shit ton of review. Like a lot of talking and some scrims, and then after reviewing the scrims again. A lot of it comes down to nerves and mentality, I think. And because our performance coach over there, I think most people know him right now. He's doing a great job in making sure that we're learning skills that we can use to adapt and overcome these things.
All right, thank you.
Welcome.
Hi, I'm Niall with the Square Esports, and my question is for Alex again. G2 and Fnatic, they're obviously playing right now behind us. We don't know who will face off against Wolves in the lower final just yet, but G2 are the only team who have managed to make it to this point without showing 3 of their maps. Every other team has hid only 1 map, obviously they're Primavans. But if G2 climb their way through the lower bracket and earn the rematch against you guys, are you concerned at all about the fact that you haven't seen them play Sunset, Ascent, or Pearl on this patch? Or do you think that you'll get all of the footage that you need before them?
I mean, there's a BO5 coming. So I trust that Wolves will definitely make it very difficult for whoever comes up. I think Wolves are an extremely talented team. Yeah, I'm sure they have to show it on the BO5, so not to worry.
You think the map veto advantage in the final will be sufficient enough tomorrow for them?
I don't think they have a map veto advantage. I think it's 1 ban each. So I just trust that Wolves will make sure that it's a difficult game for them, win or lose.
Okay, thanks, Alex.
Welcome.
Hi there, this is Razor from the VALORANT competitive Reddit community. I have a question for something. You've been instrumental in Paper Rex's resurgence, especially with your stand-up performance on Yoru. But today, on Ascent, fans got to see you return to your signature agent, Jet, after quite some time. First, how enjoyable was it that you got to be back on Jet? Second, from a preparation standpoint, how does your approach differ from when you're playing Jet versus Yoru? And it feels good to see you stand so much up on stage. Thank you.
Thank you for a question. For me, the big difference between Yoru and Jet, it's more like I can up this confidence more, I will say, so I have more freedom to pick and stuff because I can escape more easily. For example, when I see fat journey, right, and I go pick a main, when I do that on Yoru, I will most likely I will die, I think, because there is no chance I'm gonna TP away. What else? I forgot.
Preparation.
Preparation. I mean, we do play scrims a lot with this comp. After we changed to Gecko, even before Gecko, we play a lot, me on Jet, KO, Fate and stuff. So we just need to, we did play few Ascents before Wolves and that's it.
Thank you. And then I have a question for the whole team. seems at first you guys were laughing off at the Wolves standing up in the first round wins, but after, pretty soon you guys were bringing it back, matching the energy. Still a very close game on Lotus. On a scale from 1 to 10, where 10 is the cat me, how good was the team mental during Lotus?
Oh, I think not too good. I would say coming to Lotus, I think we were quite pressure and panicky. So I think maybe somewhere like 5 to 6. And I think bound to happen when, especially there's a stake on the line, you know. So yeah, I mean, thankfully that after the first half, we managed to get our tops back together and managed to close it out. So yeah, I think very good job from the boys.
Thank you.
Hello, Sierra Zobi, freelance esports commentator. This question goes over to Forsaken. It felt like you were on your feet a lot more than normal today, engaging with the Wolves players on stage. Was that simply out of enjoyment for the moments leading up to another grand finals appearance, or what about Wolves brought out that activity?
Yeah, I mean, if they like stand up, I really like to stand up as well, you know. So it's gonna be like exciting match, you know. And yeah, I mean, I saying in the interview, I think like the features. If they stand up, I'll stand up. Maybe we like yell at each other, you know. So the match is like gonna be banger and stuff. So yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Hi, Station 2 and freelance journalist. My question is for Coach Alex. So there's going to be a third international grand final. What are the nuances of entering the grand final coming from the upper bracket, from your experience? And how do you go into this third grand final, not repeating history and finally being able to lift the trophy this time around?
I mean, the real problem we have is every grand final we've gone to, we have a perma ban. So everyone knows we're going to remove that. And then it comes down to whether we want to play our weaker maps or whether we want to play their weaker maps, so to speak. I'm very happy to say that I think we have 6 good maps now. Compared to last time, I feel that every grand final we've gone to, we were really, really world class in like 2 or 3 maps. And then the other 3 maps was a toss up, you know. So that gives us a lot more anxiety. I think this time we're gonna be as prepared as we can be. I think the boys are ready to win this time. If in the past, I think we got there, you know, by surprising everyone. This time, I think we're a way more well-rounded team. I think we have a better coaching staff. You know, everyone is prepped, and we have a lot of external help. Yeah, I think we're ready.
Awesome. Thank you. Hi, Joe with VLR. This question's for Forsaken. You were tied with something across the server for the most first kills. Although you weren't on duelists, you were on some roles that might not normally see these interactions. How confident were you in these fights that you were taking on some of these roles that you just might not normally see these first interactions as much?
I mean, in terms of aim, I think today I would say I'm really confident because when I warm up, I can see that I play like really confident today, and with my aim, when I was warming up, it's really good today. And yeah, I think today is my like sharpest day, you know, in terms of aim. So I'm really, really confident about it.
Thank you.
Hello, Gabriel Noda from App Trigger. My first question is to Alex. So I'm pretty sure map 1, there was a Devi ace. So on the broadcast, you know, you weren't too happy about that ace. I would like to know what was going through your mind when that ace happened.
I'm not upset. I'm more upset that he had to do that to get us across the line because it's a blunder that we've done in practice before. And it gets and there's a communication problem in that very moment as well. Like Pat was talking to Davai or someone else, and they weren't aligning, and everyone was panicking, and that was where I got really upset. And then he aced, but I was really like, oh my god, you know, like we really lucked out there. Yeah, so that's why my reactions are. I mean, I'm really really happy for him, first international ace, you know. But fortunately, that was my reaction.
My second question is to Forsaken. So Forsaken, you are headed to the grand finals. So I just want to know what prepared you today for this match? What did you do today to prepare for such a big match like today?
mean, I think for me personally, I just do like my normal routine, and like I watch some of their demo, what habit they did, and yeah, we just like bring it into our match today and be confident, I would say. I think confidence is really important for this match, so you can like aim well, shoot head well. So yeah.
And my final question is to Kuya Patman. So last time we talked, you were told by Forsaken that you were gonna eat Jollibee as a celebration meal. So after getting to the grand finals, what is your celebration meal today?
Jollibee. Jollibee again. Maybe order some Filipino meal again. Yesterday me, Jason, and JJ ate Filipino food, so maybe Filipino food again.
Thanks so much.
Hello, guys. Pedro Romero, independent journalist. First off, congrats on the W, moving on to the grand finals third time
Thank
in
you.
this team's history. I got two questions. First one is gonna send it over to Alex. More so specifically looking into map one. Obviously, Lotus has been team's strongest map in this year so far. Still though, like Wolves made it very difficult, even sending it to overtime. Walk me through how difficult that first map was for yourself and the rest of the team. How did you kind of view the vibes from the team and how you guys were able to go overcome that? And then how did that then carry over to map two, where you guys obviously had a much more cleaner showing in that second map?
I mean, we knew that this game is very high stakes. Whoever gets the grand finals has veto advantage. We don't really want to play Haven. That kind of thing weighs on your mind when you go into these games and you start a little bit slow. Also, I think Wolves had a very nice game plan. It was pretty much the usual thing, but it was different in the sense that we're not used to playing teams that like to insert people everywhere and then make it really difficult to find like kills. I think we expected Spring to be a little bit more aggressive than he was, so we couldn't find him, and that was bothering us a bit on the first half. Second half, I think it was tight because we started panicking a little bit. I think we could have held our nerve a little bit better in terms of certain calls that we made. But by and large, I think by the time the score became like 10-10, I think they were pretty calm, and we knew that like we had a good chance going in after that.
And my second question, more so gonna be like for the rest of the team, everybody, if you guys would like to answer. It's interesting looking at Paper Rex's journey into this grand finals, in this tournament specifically, like heading into today or heading into this competition, many people kind of looked at you guys as maybe like somewhere in the middle table of standing. You guys have been able to overcome those expectations in a lot of ways. It's kind of similar to like the entire story of this org in general. Like W Gaming, how is that supposed to work? Going so fast over everybody else, but shouldn't make sense. But it makes sense for you guys moving on, competing, and doing well in competitions. Same kind of process here. This team having Batman, maybe you guys will be strong against a decent amount of teams, but here you guys are now in the grand finals. So what I want to ask you guys, in an overall general sense, what are the things that don't make sense to everybody else, make sense to you guys specifically?
Pretty tough question. I mean, I think we see the game we try to simplify the game compared to what everyone else does. I think we see it in the sense we see it in a way like how to play after we get kills, whereas everyone else seems to try and play perfectly. How to make sure that the map is manipulated in their favor. Where we try to figure out how to make sure that we maximize our first kills or at least maximize our trades. I think we're really good in 4v4, 3v3, 3v4 situations. I think that's our strength. And that's also why we put a lot of focus on.
Anybody else like to chime in?
What makes sense or not?
I don't know. I think we just love to play Valorant differently, like we don't really care about the percentage. If we think that it's gonna work, then we coming for you. Those kind of concept.
Thank you very much.
I mean, I guess it's overall our play style. It's more like freedom rather than playing like structure and stuff. But of course, you need to also control your freedom because some shit might happen, in the round.
Yeah.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Hi there. Two more questions from the Valcomp Reddit community. For Alex or Forsaken, congrats on the win. The narrative that PRX has had a difficult time closing out finals and often ends second is well known. What, if any, steps are you taking to keep the players' heads clear and not get up in the failures of the past? Not get caught up in.
I mean, I've always told the boys that I believe they'll make many finals in their career, be it domestic or international. I still believe it to this day, and I guess my message to my boys is that I hope that they don't see this as the be all and all that we have to win. Like if it's our time, it's our time. If not, we will make another final. We'll get that one. We'll get that one. I think this time we are a little bit more experienced. We're not gonna let the situation overwhelm us, and we will make sure that we come in. And if we do end up playing the finals, it will be our best VALORANT, and the better team have to be us.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, for me, I mean, I always like say since the against Heretic that we're gonna go far if we win against them, and now we are here in the finals. But I would say, I think for this time we're gonna prepare, and we're gonna prepare ourselves as well. So like we have to be like always confident, and with a good mental health and stuff. So I think this time we ready. Yeah.
Thank you. And then my second question is to Forsaken, kind of lighthearted. The amount of USB disconnects we've been hearing from you after winning and standing up this event is insane. Most notably, one was your match against Team Liquid, first round of overtime, where you clutched against Patatech. You stood up and the keyboard disconnected, but you held down the diffuse right before it disconnected, so the diffuse kept going. I think this might be because of
Yeah.
lag.
I mean,
I'd hate for you to lose a clutch because of standing up. So can you please chill it down a little bit?
I mean, he needs a new USB cable. That's
yeah, I think it's just my cable.
his
Like,
cable is broken.
but it's okay. Maybe it's the buff cable.
It just needs to last one more match.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now we are going to take some questions. Oh, yeah, we are going to take some questions on the call. Rosesa, you go first.
Right. Pepperex. Hello, I'm Rosesa. Congratulations for the win. Like to ask to Coach Alex, as Davai mentioned that actually on Lotus, you guys are quite pressure, but I would like to know what was your pep talk during the halftime after losing 7-5 on the first half of Lotus?
I think I just reminded them part of the game plan, and then we had a quick talk about what we need to say to each other. It wasn't as aligned as it should be. And then after that, it's just about self-confidence and belief, and I think managed to get through to them.
Okay. One more question for second will be in bahasa Indonesia. Jason, selamat atas kemenangannya melawan Wolves. Rex kan sempat mention bahwa saat mereka scrim Wolves sedang jago-jagonya pas sebelum berangkat ke Toronto. Menghadapi Wolves Esports di babak upper bracket final, merasa ke pressure nggak dengan Cinderella story mereka, kemudian gimana perasaannya setelah mengalahkan mereka di upper bracket final?
Kalau secara pribadi, kalau pressure sebenarnya enggak, soalnya kita juga sering stream lawan mereka, kita ngerti cara main mereka dan segala macam. Tapi kalau pressure enggak, soalnya gua kayak percaya sama tim kayak 100% kalau kita kayak better team gitu.
Okay. Once again, congratulations for the win, and I wish you best of luck in the grand final.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Next question goes to Arnab.
Hey guys, likewise, congrats on the win. My question is for Batman and Jason. Batman, on the first map, you had a pretty slow start, but on the second map going forward, you again became the Batman everyone talks about. I want to know when you perform when you have a low performance, how does the team and now your team's current IGL force can helps you to like lift up your mood or bring back that confidence that you require?
Of course, like I mean, from scrim to tournament, I mean, I'm just trying to reset every round. It's like I don't wanna think about the past mistakes. So every time like I made a mistake from early, I just try to forget about it and just shake it up, and try to do my best like for the next round. And I think the one thing that helped me to back my confidence again on second map, like maybe after the clash, is because I know the boys still believe for me and they all trusting me. So yeah.
If Alex and Jason can add on it, that would be great.
I mean, he has sports background, so I think he's very used to the competition. I don't think he's ever overwhelmed by the situation. I mean, in the past, yes, it's imposter syndrome because you suddenly the world's eyes are on you and there's a lot of pressure. And especially from your team as well, you want to make sure your teammates like you. So anytime anyone joining in a team in this city will have this problem. And I think he's overcome it already. So he's part of the boys. And I think he naturally is a very self-confident person. We see his personality more and more on stage. We also see he's getting way closer to the boys in the rest of the team, making jokes and stuff. At the start, he was really quiet, and now like I feel that he's been doing a great job.
Amazing. Thank you guys and best of luck for grand finals.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Last question from the media, Miguel.
Thank you. First of all, congratulations on the win, guys, and reaching the grand final. My name is Miguel Soriano from Sons of KS in Latin America. My question would be for Coach Alex, and I allow myself to make a small recap. Back in 2023, after the Champions Grand Final, you guys were like candidates for everything. I mean, every competition you stepped in, you were like one of the biggest names in the competition. You had a rough 2024 with summer eliminations in the international events. And then there was like a bit of a turmoil in which Paper Rex was not appearing as often as people would want to. Right now, you have managed to regain the team to like keep that essence of yours, of that randomness, of that chaotic play style. So what would you say were like the key factors to achieve this, having almost the same group, except for the incorporation of Patman? What would you say were the keys to regain the competitiveness of the team, having the same essence, and right now reaching your third grand final?
I think after 2023, we were on top of the world. We were one of the only teams that didn't change roster into 2024. You feel as though you can do anything when this happens. No, we did change roster actually. We had Chaya join us, and he was a great addition, very, very positive kid. And because of that, we felt as though we could just continue our momentum. When Zing came back, that reset everything, right? We were back to our roster. It feels as though we could do anything, but turns out that the weight of expectation is extremely heavy. And I think we broke under it a little bit. Because we couldn't hit the highest that we could, that we wanted to hit as well. We fell into a little bit of a spiral. Everything became a mistake. Everyone wanted to do a little bit better in certain situations. We wanted to change our play style. We wanted to be more disciplined. I think after 2024, coming to 2025, when we tried to reset back to our own basics and what we believe in, I think everything started to flow again. And also because something really amazing happened, I'm sure. But because Pat joined, his renewed energy, and I think that really, really helped. And also Mindfreak has been an amazing addition to my coaching staff, whether he likes it or not. I think he's very, very capable of helping everyone in practice. And I think they all look up to him as well, as a very experienced player. And he's been a great help. I think all these little things, I think the experience of having a terrible year, by all things considered, by our standards, it was a terrible year. even though we made every event. I think the highs of 2023, the lows of 2024 helped us to be where we are today. I think having a performance coach like Panda really helps. I think the fact that our organization believed in us and told us that take as long as we need to figure things out, gives us a lot of security and allows us the opportunity to work on our game. I think also want to thank the fans, like even though we had a shit year, let's be real, I think everyone was behind our backs and it really pushed us forward to where we are now.
Well, thank you and best of luck for the grand final. Hope to see you lifting the trophy this year. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we are going to take some questions from the fans.
Yeah, hi, Paper Rex. I'm Chris. I'm from China. And first to say, 我爱你，我爱你们所有人. This is a lot from VCTC and a lot from all the Chinese fans. So good luck. Thank you. And here's a question for Jason. Every time we see you dream on the match day and B-box before the match day, do you think the dream buff and the B-box buff truly exist or works? So it's for your question. Thank you.
For me, I think I believe on that kind of stuff. I think the gym buff, exercise is really good for your physique and health, So yeah.
Thank you. Congratulations again, Rex, for your qualify for the finals, and thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.